Incredible. After a dominant performance, the Spurs force a Game 7. The Thunder will be at home in the hopes of punching their ticket to return to the finals. So, who do you have getting the win Saturday?
Man, that is a tough call.
It's going to be crazy.
I'm going to say if the Spurs are healthy, I'm going with the Spurs.
It seems like they're rolling pretty strong. I love that Steph Castle said nothing else matters for the next 48 hours.
Putting a time limit on it.
Well, I mean, that's a great way to think about it. You have a time limit. This is it. Lock in. And that's that. But the bench usually plays better at home. How important will it be for OKC's bench to step up? They have been the dominant bench up until this point throughout this series.
Yeah, and you saw it was a tipping point tonight.
Yep.
So it's very imperative that they have a big game. And speaking of the home court advantage, I do think that's possible. I think they shoot much better, especially from three at home.
Well, it's interesting that Shea said himself, like, yeah, it's good to have the fans there, but this is a different caliber of teams. We are in the final step before the finals. Anything can happen in a Game 7. He's not wrong. Now, Game 6 was Wemby's first elimination game, and he showed out. What do you expect to see from him in Game 7?
More of the same, honestly. More of the same. He knew what was on the line tonight. He knows what's on the line the next game.
Yeah, it's not lost on him. I kind of like this, like, we've been so used to the Wemby of, you know, these long answers, and he's very intentional. He gave us 2 quick answers, said, okay, bye. I gotta go. I got things to do. I love it. He is locked in.
He's speaking everything on the floor, letting his game do the talking, and his outfits too.
And listen, that was a not so subtle message to everybody who was watching. Now, the Thunder have won 10 straight games following a playoff loss, a streak that extends back couple years. What do they need to do to bounce back at this point?
I mean, that tells me they know exactly what they need to do. They just need to regroup. They need to come amongst themselves. They have a deep team. We've talked about their bench. We've talked about the stars. They've been here before. And what I love about SGA, he takes the onus of everything. He takes all fault. So we know he's going to be in the right place. And when that happens, it trickles down to the rest of the team.
Yeah. Okay, let's get you back to the podium for post-game press conference. It's Dylan Harper, who had 18 points, is at the mic.
Dylan.
Oh, shit. My bad.
That's right. Mitch and Steph both talked about you seeming to be more relaxed tonight mentally. Is that accurate? And what played into you just playing more relaxed and getting out of your head a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think after last game, people pulled me aside, just kept instilling confidence in me, kind of telling me that, you know, just go out there and be me, be in attack mode at all times. I mean, I think I went out there and did that today.
Dylan, it appears from our perspective, when y'all played in Oklahoma, the confidence, the hustle, everything seems to kind of go down compared to playing at home. What do you all need to do in Game 7 to change that?
I think for us, really just kind of put our imprint in the game early, not relaxing and waiting for us to respond. I think we got to go out there and just throw the first swing. I think that's the biggest thing for us, and just that and for the bench, just coming out there and just proving ourselves.
Hey, Dylan, I know Victor's always locked in, but you see him come in with I don't know if you saw with the Shaolin monk robe.
And, I've seen it.
And he's animated like that, you know, before the game. Did you kind of have a feeling he was going to, you know, come out that hot of a start?
Yeah, I mean, we all had a bad taste in our mouth after the last game. We felt like we left a lot on the table, and that's just what Vic do. I think that's the type of guy he is, you know, man of his word. So when he came in, he kind of came with that outfit, I think everyone knew what was going to happen.
You guys
gonna be like that, but just talking for us, you know, being desperate looks different in a lot of ways, and we just gotta go out there with the mentality of we gotta hit first, and, you know, regardless of what's going on in the game, we can't get too high, can't get too low. Just kind of got to be steady throughout the whole way.
Dylan, I think you guys won the minutes where Vic was on the bench and Shea was on the court by like 18 points tonight, something like that. You were on the floor for that. What was the key for you in those minutes and just the bench unit overall tonight?
Proving ourselves. For me personally, every time I come in a game, I kind of want to make a winning impact in the game, regardless if I'm scoring or doing anything. Just want to come out at least with a positive impact. But I think we all just stuck together and just kind of rode the wave that we were on. And I think we were just being aggressive and being an aggressor no matter what was going on the court. And I think that kind of carries on throughout the game. And I think it just showed right there.
This
Alex,
Fast break nights the last couple games.
yeah, just execute, how we know how to. Some of it is an awareness thing, some of it's a communication thing, and then just an effort thing, getting back and being ready to play.
Joining us now on the association, the NBA's head of basketball strategy and growth, our friend Evan Wash. Evan, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Commissioner Adam Silver has been consistent in stating that he needs to address tanking. Thursday, the Board of Governors approved a new plan for the draft lottery. So talk us through this new 3-2-1 lottery.
Yeah, this was something that we've really worked closely with the board over the past few months. And the idea was to really try to reduce or eliminate the incentive for teams to improve their draft position and create new incentives for teams to win, especially at the bottom of the standings where that hadn't always been the case. And so the 3-2-1 lottery is just that. Every team will have 3, 2, or 1 lottery balls based on where they finish. The bottom 10 teams will each get 3 lottery balls, except that the bottom 3 teams will be what we call draft relegated. They'll lose one of their balls. They'll only have 2. The 9th and 10th seeds in the play-in will each get 2 lottery balls. And the teams that lose the 7 versus 8 games in each conference's play-in tournament will get 1 lottery ball. So there'll be 16 teams in this lottery, and all 16 picks will be determined by lottery, so no longer just doing the top 4. And it's all lottery ball based. We can put all the lottery balls into one big drum. We can draw them out live in front of our fans to create a really exciting, dramatic event, and we think it's going to go a long way to eliminating tanking in the NBA.
So how did the NBA arrive at this new lottery plan?
It was a really collaborative process. This all started about 6 months ago, where we started to convene our board of governors, our competition committee, our players association, and just thinking about how we might structure a system that would better align with the competitive incentives that we want to see. Obviously, from a fan trust perspective, from an integrity perspective, nothing is more important than the competition. And it was clear that something had gone wrong. And so as this season went along, we were seeing more egregious behavior than we'd seen before. For the first time in history, we had 8 teams that won fewer than 1/3 of their games this season. And so the need for dramatic reform became more apparent as the season went along. And so we're those stakeholder groups. We went through a bunch of different possible permutations. We initially had a long menu of individual ideas. We pulled those together into integrated concepts. We debated those and really tried to refine over the course of the last few months one proposal that we thought could go into place for next season. And that's how 3-2-1 was. We were able to get consensus from the Board of Governors to go ahead and approve that for next season.
This sounds very extensive, Evan, and the new lottery plan will also impact picks that have been traded. So how does that new system affect those?
So there's a few elements of the proposal that we thought were important. So one, as I mentioned, is this notion of draft where the bottom 3 teams will receive 1 fewer lottery ball than the rest of the non-play-in teams. There's also a pick floor for those teams, so they can't pick lower than 12th. And there's also something we call pick restrictions, which limit teams' ability to jump up in the lottery in too many consecutive years. So teams can't get the number 1 in 2 consecutive